friend Sonus projected my consciousness over the earth to tell all of humanity about our new album, The Show of the Universe, out February 5th on Forbidden Place Records. From that album, here's Paint Me Your Mind, with a video by the talented Darkspoint Videos. I believe the themes speak for themselves, so I'll just say, I hope you enjoy.
Ask of me now. Damien Regnauld, the co-author of the Stoner Freaks Anthology. Thank you for being on here.
Thank you for inviting me.
So this book and this upcoming book, you have volume 2 coming out.
Yeah.
I've seen these in the last couple years. They were a big deal. Lots of bands sharing them. They're huge. So many bands included. So I'm happy to have you here and kind of talk about what it is and what made you start that project and what we can expect from volume 2 and more. So first of all, I saw that you were a columnist and you maybe helped start desertrock.com.
Yeah, that's right.
So what was that like? What was the impetus for starting desertrock.com? You're just a huge fan or how did that come about?
Since many years, I'm a real great fan of stoner music, and I wanted to share my passion with many people. So I decided to be a columnist, to discover bands and discover bands to others.
Hi Ryan, this is Will from Milana in Mallorca, Spain. This is just to let you know how thrilled we are to appear on this massive compilation that Damien is putting together, the Stoner Freaks Anthology, Volume 2. Over 2,000 bands total. It's going to be amazing, it's going to be massive. And not only that, it's also a message. It's a message for the future generations. And you know what that message is about? It's just, fuck you. We can play louder than you, and you are pussies. And I think it's an important message to deliver. For those of you who don't know us, we published our first split in 2021, Mallorca Stoner Volume 1, which got massively good reception. And as we speak, we are recording our first full length, which is going to be released during this 2022, hopefully. Please check our Instagram at Milana Band and our Bandcamp. And in general, support the underground. The underground is what keeps us alive. It's what keeps the ball rolling. And initiatives, just the podcast universe and Damien's initiative on these amazing compilations, is what keeps everything alive. So support your local bands, support the underground, and stay fuzzed.
So in that process of desertrock.com and everything, did you get to know some of these bands, or did you feel like something was still kind of missing from the website or out there just in general? Or what made you want to create this book, this massive book of all these things?
With Xavier, we know each other for many years since high school. We are great fan of hard rock, 70s rock music, and we discovered the stoner scene in Hellfest festival in France. And we decided one day to create a playlist to make discover the stoner scene to our families, our friends, our relatives. And we started with 100 band and songs, but by digging a lot of music in internet, by in Bandcamp, in YouTube, in specialist websites, we found about many bands around the world, and we have the idea one day to create a book to regroup all our discoveries.
I kind of feel the same way with Slightly Fuzz and this podcast and things. It's like I created a Spotify playlist months ago, and I was like, okay, you got to put Caius on there and some of my favorite bands, Astro Queen and some of these bands that people maybe haven't heard of, but it's going to be great to share this with people. And I'm going to have like 100 songs on there. And, fast forward a month and I have like 400 songs on there, and there's just no shortage. And every time I think, I'm like, that's got to be it. That's got to be all the bands out there that are doing this. I just discover more every single day. So, there's definitely no shortage.
Hi there, I introduce myself. I am Francesco from Circle of Rhinos, a stoner rock band based in Rome, Italy. We play instrumental stoner rock. On April 2021 we released Crossroads Breed, our first EP, and we are planning a full-length release to be born this year. We are very proud to be included in the upcoming Stoner Freaks Anthology Volume 2. Right here on my side, the first edition, a real Bible for stoner, a real cool book. Inside you can find a lot of information, a lot of bands, a lot of cool artworks, a lot of cool music to explore and to dig in it. And for us, it's such a big honor to be mentioned in it, along with a lot of incredible bands, and such a great opportunity to get to know us and to meet other musicians. And you cannot find the Rolling Stones inside, of course, but that's the reason why we need to support this kind of project. The crowdfunding is open. You can go to the social pages of the Stoner Freaks Anthology to give your contribution or just to order your copy. Don't forget to grab it. Behind this wonderful project, Xavier and Damien, thank you so much. I say sorry for my French. I have to say sorry for my English as well. I'm pretty sure you didn't deserve it. But don't be afraid, we play only instrumental stoner rock, so don't forget to go check Crossroads Breed on Bandcamp if you want, of course. But what is more important, don't forget to grab your copy of the Stoner Freaks Anthology. So stay safe, rock on, cheers to everybody, bye bye.
What made you want to put it in book form as opposed to just like expanding on desertrock.com or putting some, online version of the anthology online? What made you want to put it out in print, have the cool artwork, have all that kind of stuff, and send it out to people?
We think our discoveries deserve more recognition. So we decided to create a book. And first of all, we decided to create a book only in French, because we are French and we are proud of it. But the stoner scene is worldwide, so we decided to translate it in English and in French to make our project more developed. And first of all, we decided to make only a digital version, but many people ask us a book to leave a space in history, as we said, and we decided to make a crowdfunding in order to publish it.
It's always tough for me because I listen to a lot of audiobooks, but there is something about holding the physical book and even flipping through the pages and reading it. It's kind of like, it's kind of the difference between like listening to music on Spotify versus like buying the vinyl. And I know there's always that kind of push and pull with it. There's always that struggle of like, yeah, but you don't get the artwork, you don't get to feel it and hold it and all that kind of stuff. But also it's like, yeah, but I kind of like, listen to music when I'm working out, and I don't, so it's like, even though I listen to a lot of audiobooks, I still like to buy books. I still like to have them up on the shelves, and I still like to flip through them and stuff like that. So
yeah, and the stoner fans really like artworks, really like to buy LPs, to buy CDs, to have something in hand. So that's why we make it.
Yeah, I agree. And the cover is great. You have great artwork on it. I wanted to ask you about that. What's his name? Ryu?
Yeah.
So how did you discover him, and what was did he do the upcoming volume 2 as well? Same guy? Okay.
Yeah. We meet him in Paris 2 years ago, and we talk about our project. He at first he think we are totally crazy to do this, but finally he saw the bands are really interested by it, so he say why not, and since the book, he have many bands who ask him to make artworks for them.
Yeah.
Hey, all right, baby. It's the Frog Lord here. First off, I want to say a massive thank you to the authors over at the Stoner Freaks Anthology. You know, those guys that hit me up, maybe about week and a half ago now, I think. And they're saying, hey, Froglord, just to let you know, we're going to include you in Volume 2 of our Stoner Freaks Anthology, which, well, I'm not sure quite when it's coming out, but they're doing the crowdfunding at the moment. I'm pretty excited for it. It was a massive honor, actually. I'm a big fan of the first one. Some really, really cool stuff in there, man. So yeah, it's really big stuff that they're including us in the second one. It's a great privilege, to be honest. And yeah, it does mean an awful lot. I think with anything of this sort, especially in like any kind of underground music scene, having some kind of platform collection together to give a bit more movement, a bit more attention to some of our smaller bands like this, and putting us alongside some of even like the pretty big bands that I've got like exclusive interviews with. Yeah, it's very, very touching. I'm very grateful for it. I think I often take quite a bit for granted in like, you know, the stoner doom scene. I think because obviously in like the circles that I usually run in, like stoner doom, like it comes and goes around quite a bit, so I don't really think of it too much as like an underground movement. But in terms of music, I guess, yeah, it's still probably on the more underground side of things. So anything that is working in the favor of these, you know, these underground movements is always a good thing in the Frog Lord's eyes. Yeah. But yeah, I just want to say thank you so much, guys. It is a real big, great honor, and I really can't wait to see the Volume 2, what you guys have put together. I know a few of my friends are already looking into getting their copy out, looking to get mine soon. You better do as well out there, guys. It's going to be pretty cool. But anyway, this is the Frog Lord signing off here. I just want to remind you that this year, 2022, we got a couple of big releases coming out this way. Not too many months now to the first one, to the big release. So make sure to head over to one of my social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, that kind of thing. Make sure to follow on Bandcamp. That's froglord.bandcamp.com. You know how it goes. Make sure to follow on there to be the first ones to find out about some of the new and exciting stuff that we got ready for you. Anyway, that about wraps it up. Thank you very much, and live by the fuzz or die by the slime, baby.
So tell me more about like the start of the book. I know, maybe describe the book to people that aren't aware of it yet. I could describe it. I know that there's 800 plus pages and 250 interviews and all that kind of stuff, but maybe take it and describe it how you would to people that aren't aware of this Stoner Freaks Anthology yet.
Yeah, the book presents 3,000 bands from all around the world. We indicate the location, date of birth of the band, and an album and a song to listen to make discover the band. And we decided to ask about 250 bands to answer an interview, an exclusive interview we made in the book.
Hi there, this is Tom from Fuzzed, and we'd like to thank Ryan from Slightly Fuzzed podcast for giving us the chance to express our feelings for being included in the Stoner Freaks Anthology Part 2, and we're really excited. It's a huge honor and it's a great compilation. The Part 1 is already sold out, and there's so many new bands and older bands, and it's great to be in the same covers with a lot of great people, and I think this is something that hasn't been done in this scale ever, so it's great to be part of history and excited to see and read about new bands and get to know people better. We've been really busy this year. It's only January, but we signed a record deal with 918 Records from here in Lahti. Go check them out. And our first full-length album is coming this spring. We're hitting the studio in 2 weeks, and we're really excited, really happy, and us being part of the Stoner Freaks Anthology is a nice cherry on the cake, so thank you. put something here where you can read our contacts and where you can find our music. So thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Damien. Awesome.
Did you handpick your favorite bands, or just kind of a blanket who would like to be a part of it, or how did you get all of these 3,000 some bands involved in this?
The book himself was finished before the first lockdown 2 years ago, and during the lockdown we decided to ask the band if they wanna answer an interview for the book, and maybe it's because of the lockdown, but everyone answer yes.
Hi, this is Philip from Austrian stoner doom sludge band Little Hole Filled. We are really proud to be included in the amazing new edition of Stoner Freaks Anthology. That's a really cool book that collects and presents bands and albums from the stoner rock genre, and also includes interviews of various bands. And for us, it's really great to be included among such great bands as UFO Mammoth, Elda, Cadaver, you name it. And if you can't name it, look it up in a book. I'm sure the band will be found in there. So our band Little Hole Filled now exists for more than 26 years, but we released our debut album Indianology just last year, and for us that was the first deep dive into the stoner and doom scene as a band, and it was really amazing how welcoming the people supporting the scene are. Even the small bands, with our first album out on a small label, we found a lot of support from important people like Chris Latta, 666 Mr. Doom, Steve from Outlaws of the Sun, the Stoner Hive, Transcendent Blog, Epic Metal Blog, and others like your Slightly Fast podcast or print magazines such as Ox Magazine, Rock Hard Magazine, or Zware Metal. And I think it's really, really nice that it's such a including community, and the whole stoner doom scene is carried by music lovers and music nerds and their fans and so many great bands, and that all sort of happens on eye level. And a book like the Stoner Freaks Anthology sure strengthens the community. And so I think it's a really, really great project that you support by ordering your copy. And of course, you also have to check out our band Little Hole Filled. You can find our music on YouTube and Spotify and most streaming services, but you can also order the vinyl version of Indianology on our Bandcamp site or via our international distributor Cargo Records. So thanks a lot for having us, and buy a book. Bye.
How long was that preparation period where you were trying to reach out to people, put the book together, write, collect interviews, find your favorite song, find an album, write a paragraph, all that kind of stuff? How long did this all take you?
About 3 years without the interviews.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So now you have volume 2 in the works.
Yeah.
Is that pretty much all done already, or is it you're kind of starting that period?
Totally done.
Totally done already.
Yeah.
And what was different about this one? What went into this one? Different bands altogether, or did you elaborate on some of it, or?
It's a complement of the first book. We have about 1,050 new bands and new interviews.
Hi guys, this is Basty from Vancouver. We're a stoner rock trio from Hessen, Germany, and we just found out that we're going to be included in Xavier's new book, The Stoner Freaks Anthology Volume 2. It's awesome! We're totally stoked about this. The other guys are in a bar partying. I'm here because I have to work tomorrow. Really, really cool thing. Thank you, Xavier, for including us. It's so funny for me because 10 years ago I didn't even know there was a stoner rock scene. I was listening to bands like Down or The Sword, and I thought that was it. Those are the unique bands in the metal genre. And then a friend of mine told me, no, you have to check out Freak Valley Festival. It's a 2-hour drive from here. And I went there. And the first band I saw was called Bushfire. They're from Hessen, Germany as well. And they blew me away, so I bought a CD. And the next band was great as well, so I bought another CD, and then I bought a t-shirt, and then I bought a CD, and the whole day was on and on with great bands, and I was totally broke at the end of the day. And I figured maybe the next day won't be that good, so no, it was great. And that was my introduction to the stoner rock genre. And years later, I'm in a stoner rock band as well. And we were totally welcome to the scene. So it's one big family. We put an album out in August. And Slightly Fuzzed Records reached out to us, made an alternative artwork for it. And Pat from Monster Riff made a killer review to it. And it's so welcoming and such a great family. And it's fans making music for fans. And not like other genres where you got like this big record label pushing down on everything, trying to earn money. It's not like that in this genre. That's what I love about it too. And it's something really worth supporting, and you have to support this book or crowdfund it. Buy yourself a copy. It's going to help you find other great bands. First one was great with 3,000. Now you got 1,500 in this book with art designers as well, because Doom and Sludge and Stoner Metal has the greatest artwork. Let's be honest. Come on. Yeah, so thank you, Xavier, for including us. Support this guy. He's awesome. And yeah, if you haven't heard about us, we're Van Groover, like Van, the car, the thing where you bang your chicks in, and Groover, like you have to get some groove in your life, right? We put an album out. It's called Honk of Parts for Love. You can listen to it for free on Spotify, Bandcamp, iTunes, wherever you get your music from. And you gotta check out our videos too. We got a music video out for Street Food and lots of funny little stuff on Instagram. You gotta check that out. And yeah, there's a new music video coming out maybe next month. I think so. So I wish you guys a great day. Check out this book and be healthy.
Are these from just knowing the music, liking the music, or are people coming to you to try to be in the book at this point?
So some people ask us if their band we don't know if they can be in the volume 2. Many bands talk to us. Hey, I'm right here. I have a band. Can I be in the anthology?
Do you have like a vetting process where you're like, I don't know, you haven't quite proved yourself yet. I didn't really like your little EP yet or anything, or
even a band who have done only 2 or 3 songs, no problem. Welcome.
Awesome.
Hey, this is Billy from Indus Valley Kings.
Danny, Indus Valley Kings.
Hey, if you haven't picked up the first copy of Stoner Freaks Anthology, definitely get it. It's got thousands of bands that are just amazingly awesome that I'm sure have influenced you. And we're really proud and honored to be included in the upcoming Volume 2 of the Stoner Freaks Anthology. So check out the website and the link, and certainly support this great opportunity.
Yeah, there's so many bands in there. I mean, stoner rock, stoner metal has been a huge influence in myself, Bill, and John. He's here in spirit, our bass player. There's so many bands in that volume, and the second volume is coming out that's been an inspiration to my playing we're talking from the 60s on up to now. There's bands that are younger than us that have influenced us just by the way they play and just the incredible sound at this stone. And I feel like it's creating a nice buzz. When you look at this book, there's so many bands that without that book I wouldn't have heard of.
Absolutely. And I'm sure Volume 2 is going to be just as amazing, and there will be so many amazing bands in there as well. And if you haven't heard of it, Indus Valley Kings, check us out at indusvalleykings.com. We're also on Bandcamp, Indus Valley Kings on Bandcamp. Spotify. Our first album came out last year. Our new album's coming out in March. We're really excited about it. Yeah. And it's going to have 10 new songs, and we're really working hard to get it out to you guys. So Stoner Freaks Anthology, Volume 1 is here. Volume 2 is coming out soon. Yep. And Danny and I are going to be in there along with Jonathan Leslie Havers, who is not here tonight, but plays bass for us.
We're kind of exercising because I got to get my body going, because there's going to be a centerfold layout in Volume 2 of myself, boiled up in a thong.
Yeah, so you might want to pay a little extra for that volume. So.
Yep, it's going to be worth money.
All right, peace.
So what was the interviewing process like? I know you talked to like Nick Oliveri.
Yeah. Alors, Nick Oliveri, we asked to her manager in Europe, and she gives him the questions, and he answer it. He send us an audio file about 30 minutes. He's in a car after a great show, great drunk night, à peu près. And he send us the answers as it.
Was there anything surprising about any of these interviews? Did you learn anything out of the blue from talking to some of these bands that you weren't expecting? Were there any great stories, or what came from some of those?
You have to read the book. You have to read the book to know it.
Nothing stands out that you were like, holy shit, I was not expecting that.
No. He talked about his passion for music, the best concert he done, and it's really interesting.
What about anybody else? Was anybody else surprising or give you anything that you weren't expecting?
We have the chance to talk to Jean-Paul Gaster from Clutch by Skype. He told us, I don't want to write write the answers. I want to talk to you. So he talked to us by Skype, and we have an amazing discussion, really.
Hey everybody, cheers from Germany. We are Stargo.
We are Stargo from Germany, guys.
Hi.
There's a new edition of the Stoner Freaks Anthology coming up, and the crowdfunding campaign just started recently, and we just wanted to tell you guys we are so stoked and so proud of being part of the new edition. It's really an honor to be picked out of so many bands out there releasing so much music. And seems like we have our own little entry in the history books now, and that really makes us proud. Thank you very much. And this is one of the reasons why we need books like this. There's so many bands out there that you might miss out if you don't have an eye on the scene every day, and you can spend countless hours on Facebook, Bandcamp, Spotify, whatever, and you will never ever get a complete overview on the scene. But these two guys, they really managed to do this, so this is like an almost endless source of bands to discover. And another thing that is really cool, things like this keep the scene alive, keep a spotlight on the scene, and keep a spotlight on all the bands listed in the book. And what small bands like our band need is really attention.
We're big fans.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's just so much eye candy looking at this book. If you consider yourself a lover of stoner music, then you must have a heart of stone if you don't support this project. So get this book and
get it now.
Stay safe. Cheers and goodbye, guys.
Save your copy.
And check us out on Bandcamp. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
So what can we expect from Volume 2? Has anything changed in Volume 2? Did you do any new sections? I know the first one kind of had like a pioneer section, a dictionary type section, a list of bands, interviews, that kind of stuff. Did you change anything up in Volume 2?
Not really, just more bands and more music, but we had interviews from graphic designers, from label. We have Todd from Ripple Music who answered the interview. We have photographers. We have about 15 new interviews, plus 100 interviews from the bands.
Cool. I was going to ask about the artist, the artwork that goes into kind of stoner metal and desert rock and that kind of stuff too, because that it seems like it's such a big part of the genre and the scene, and it often goes kind of unappreciated or unnoticed maybe by a lot of people, but it's such a big, important part of it. Like it's just as important as interviewing some of the record labels or the bands themselves and stuff sometimes.
Yeah, really. Artwork is in this scene is really amazing, the greatest. And we have the idea to make another book after this one, especially on the artwork. on the artwork only.
Cool. Yeah. I would love to see that for sure.
Yeah.
So is there ever any talks of like a volume 3 already, with more bands and just an ever-growing anthology that's just going to keep going and going and going?
I think we stop after these 2 books.
Really? After the 2?
Yeah, it's a lot of work, a lot of time, and even if it's a passion, it's like a really a lot of time. Really.
Have you ever considered like a podcast or something like that? Just kind of like sharing all this knowledge that you've accumulated over the last like 5 years of this anthology, talking to some of these people or just sharing your breadth of knowledge.
Maybe, why not? Why not?
Hello guys, this is David from the bands Demonauta, Familia del Desierto, and Espermaticidio from Santiago de Chile. Today I come to talk about my solo project called David Fuzzed. My music mixes stoner rock with blues, surf rock, with a lot of fuzz, of course. I want to take this opportunity to tell you that I'm happy and grateful to be included in the second book of the Stoner Freaks Anthology with my solo project. So it is important that you read this book to know the bands that are currently playing heavy-side music, and also to know how this style began in the 60s and 70s. If you want to know my music, you can listen to it on Bandcamp, Spotify, or YouTube. In my Instagram, there is the link to access all the sites. Just look for me as David Fuzzed. Greetings to all, also for Slayerly Fuzzed, and have a great Fuzz year.
So, did you learn anything about the scene from all of this work and all this collecting that you didn't know or weren't expecting, just about maybe your own taste in music, or kind of like the similarities between these thousands of bands? Or was there anything that stood out to you that you were like just not expecting to get out of this whole process?
With the band, we know, comment dire? we discover there is a lot of passion between fans and bands. Really, all the bands knew each other, talked to each other, love and like each other, and it's a really passionate and creative scene, and that's why we love it, really.
Yeah, I've realized that as starting Slightly Fuzzed, how, and I've said this before on the podcast, but I really came from more of like a heavy metal background as a kid, kind of where I started listening to heavier music, and
me too.
It never felt quite so tight. It never felt quite so like helpful to each other and this kind of community. And it sounds a little cheesy at this point, but this like desert stoner scene really has that passion for each other and helping each other out and promoting each other's stuff, and the fans are really passionate about it, and even down to like the smallest details of like the pedals that people use and the gear people use. Like I said, the artwork, and going to the shows and buying the merch and buying vinyl and all that kind of stuff. Like I don't know like any other scene that quite has all of those components moving in the same direction all the time,
Yeah, really.
Okay, so I have a little game at the end that I call Real or Fuzzed. A lot of what we do on Slightly Fuzzed has to deal with kind of crazy artwork in music, and more specifically in this genre. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to share 10 album covers, and you have to tell me if you think that they are real album covers or if they are fake, if they are fuzzed.
Okay, great.
Album covers. The first one is from Party Cannon. Volumes of Vomit is the album cover.
Oh, fake one.
This is in fact a real one. This is a real band. Yeah, a metal band. I first found out about Party Cannon because you see the big posters like for festivals where they're all just like crazy black metal wild logos. They're all just like white and black and white and black and white and black. And then this Party Cannon logo always stands out on those posters. So
pretty disgusting, this one.
This is a real one.
Okay. Well.
This one's called Mammoth Lungs. Will somebody open a window?
Fake.
This one is fake.
Yeah.
Nomad Desert. It's called Red Planet Bitches with the triple titties.
Possible real one. Yeah.
This is a real one. Yeah. You might like this this song actually. It's kind of got like a clutchy type sound to it.
Yeah, great.
Swine and Dine, Eat Me.
I hope it's a fake.
This one is fake, yeah. This one's called Shitfucker, Fucked Off and Dead.
Oh my god. I'm pretty sure it's a real one.
This is a real one, yeah. The Pecker.
What is that?
It's called Introducing the Pecker.
Emerald Game. Oh my god. Not sure. A real one?
This is a real one, yeah. Dan Crary, Ladies Fancy.
Lovely.
Good looking guy there.
I love the haircut.
Yeah.
Real one.
This is real.
Yeah.
I hope his music's good. Otherwise, he's going to struggle with the Ladies Fancy, I think.
Yeah.
Hate Inc. Get Fisted.
It can be released in United States, this one.
Sorry, what do you think this is real or fake?
Fake.
Fake? This is fake.
Yeah.
Goblin Cock.
Oh la la. What's the album title?
Something and boarded. Can't read it.
Please be a fake.
This is real. This is real.
My God.
They have a pretty good song too, actually. I put one of their songs on the Slightly Fuzzed playlist, and it's a good tune. It's a good tune.
Mm-hmm.
Kane Roberts.
Heavy metal power. Oh, a real one. Huh?
This is real. Yeah. I've shared this one before, and I think that he was the guitarist for I want to say Alice Cooper, but I've kind of forgotten the story over time. But he's played with somebody.
In the 80s, we can find tons of this one.
Yeah. I think that was the last one. You did pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, my name is Andre and I play drums on the 3-piece instrumental band Sonic Taboo, and we're based in New York City. We're proud to be part of the book Stoner Freaks Anthology Volume 2 with another 1,500 bands from the stoner scene. Right now, they're having a crowdfunding going on to fund the book, so I hope everyone can help and share the link with friends to support this release. And don't sleep, because the crowdfunding ends mid-February. Also, we are releasing our second album this year, so stay tuned on our social medias. Thanks a lot, Stoner Freaks Anthology and Slightly Fuzzed. See you guys soon.
So that's really all the questions I had for you. I appreciate you stopping by to tell us about the Stoner Freaks Anthology.
My pleasure.
I'm looking forward to Volume 2 and the artwork book, that if you ever put that together, and whatever's next. Yeah. Is there any place that people should be going right now? Do you still have the crowdfunding up for Volume 2, or has that ended?
No, we can participate until the end of February.
End of February.
Yeah.
Okay. And you have some packages up there where you get I know the first one you got a poster maybe.
The pack with the poster is sold out.
Sold out. Okay.
Yeah, but you can buy only Volume 2 or a pack with the 2 books.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to share with anybody?
Nothing. Buy it. Okay. Love music. support stoner scene.
Awesome. I appreciate your time. Thanks for hanging out with us and telling us about it.
Thank you.
All right. See ya.
Bye.